You're listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.
If you hold Korea-related equities right now, 3 things happened this week that change how you should read your portfolio. Korean retail investors poured 1.2 trillion won into SpaceX on IPO day, a single-day record, 32 times the second largest name. The KOSPI hit an all-time closing high, and the MSCI watch list decision drops next Tuesday, June 24th, Korea time. It's Thursday, June 18th. Let's look at what this means for retail investors in Korea. 3 events, each with different implications for retail holders. The SpaceX trade says something about where Korean retail capital flows when a big name lists abroad. The KOSPI record says something about domestic momentum. And the MSCI decision could change the medium-term positioning of Korea-focused funds globally. Let's unpack each. The SpaceX number is the headline. Korean retail investors net bought $795.93 million, approximately 1.2 trillion won, in SpaceX on June 12th, the IPO day. That's 32 times the second largest net purchase that day, the TQQQ ETF, at roughly $24.93 million. Here's what the numbers show. SpaceX's market capitalization reached $2.658 trillion, approximately 4,016 trillion won, on June 16th, overtaking Amazon and briefly challenging Microsoft intraday. The government's RIA repatriation account program, running since March 23rd, accumulated 1.956 trillion won in offshore stock sales over 82 days. SpaceX's single IPO day absorbed 61.5% of that total. So the government's capital repatriation tool was effectively undone in one session. The RIA capital gains tax exemption has already started stepping down. 100% exemption through May, now 80% through July, then 50% from August. Analysts say the program's core incentive has passed its peak. On the domestic side, KOSPI closed at 8,864.24 on June 17th, up 1.58%, a record closing high, driven by domestic institutional and individual net buying of 577.7 billion won and 543.1 billion won respectively, even as foreign investors net sold 993.1 billion won, approximately $709 million. And SK Hynix had a landmark day. SK Hynix closed at 2.521 million won, up 5.84%, the first time the stock has closed above the 2.5 million won threshold, up 272% from its January opening price of 677,000 won. The MSCI classification announcement comes June 24th, Korea time. NH Investment Securities estimates watchlist inclusion could trigger passive fund inflows of up to $29.2 billion, approximately 44 trillion won, contingent on foreign exchange market liberalization and offshore one settlement progress. That's a 24-month waiting room before actual index inclusion. If watchlist is confirmed this year, full inclusion would be decided in 2028 with index implementation in 2029. Shinhan Investment Securities frames the real benefit as structural, a shift from emerging market discount rates to developed market valuation levels, which could compress the Korea discount over the medium term. On KOSDAQ, the semiconductor sector's market cap share reached 24.71% as of June 15th, closing in on healthcare at 25.31%. In January, healthcare held 31.8% versus semiconductor at 15.77%. That's a complete sector reversal in 6 months. The electronics and electrical index is up 48.07% year to date. Pharmaceutical and medical device indices are each down over 7 to 12% in the same period. The Korea Exchange is considering a premium league structure for KOSDAQ, approximately 70 top-tier names, to create an institutional-grade investment tier within the market. So what does this mean for retail investors in Korea? SpaceX's record single-day retail inflow is a clear signal that when marquee names list abroad, Korean retail capital moves faster than any domestic policy designed to retain it. The RIA program was effectively neutralized in one IPO. Earlier, we highlighted the June 24th MSCI watch list date. That announcement, if positive, changes the medium-term position of Korea-focused ETFs, like EWY, not just the KOSPI itself, and is worth tracking closely regardless of your portfolio exposure. For retail holders of semiconductor-related KOSDAQ names, the sector rotation from biotech to chips has been running for 6 months without reversal, and the Premium League restructuring proposal would, if implemented, concentrate institutional capital further into that segment. That's today's AI PRISM. Retail investors. This episode was produced with AI assistance based on Seoul Economic Daily reporting and reviewed by a human editor. AI PRISM is a WAN-IFRA award-winning series. We'll be back tomorrow.
You've been listening to AI PRISM from Seoul Economic Daily.